Hi everyone. So this week I had the great opportunity to go visit this beautiful flower farm in Quarryville, Pennsylvania with some friends, and this farm was so beautiful. The woman that runs it, his name is Anna Beilers, and her garden was impeccable. And you can definitely tell she was a floral designer too, because the flower choices and the colors that she was growing were just perfect, especially for the style of everything that everyone's buying right now. So she definitely had a great eye. So I thought it would be fun to kind of do a design that's kind of like inspired by Anne's flowers, summertime, and bring you along for the ride just to kind of see how I kind of start off my arrangements and put them together. So I'm going to be using some gorgeous zinnias, which are one of my favorites, in these like muddy tones, these champagnes and peaches and purples. They're so pretty. I'm also going to be using some straw flower, which is one of my favorites because I dry this and use it for corsage work and things like that. Also some very pretty yarrow, again another flower that I dry all the time, in this like rose shade, which is so pretty. I also have some gorgeous snapdragon, which I think they're called like a chantilly version, in this like corally peach color, and they smell so good too, and I didn't even know snapdragon smelled that good. And then I have this like surprise one, because I didn't even know you could use this as a cut flower, bee balm, because I have this in my garden as well in like a magenta color. But look at that pretty shade of lavender. It's so pretty. And let's see, what else do I have? I also have, oh, my favorite. I have this super duper pretty sunflower in this two-toned bronzy yellow. It's so pretty. And this will pretty much be like the star of our show. Okay, and I think, oh, and then I also have some white salvia, which again, I did not know came in white. So I was like learning so much when I was there too about the different varieties and colors and things that come in. So I'm gonna start making this. I'm gonna use this vessel that I have had for a long time. I thought it would really look great with this color combo, just to kind of offset it a little. I have the vessel filled up about halfway, and then I have my chicken wire inside. And I'm gonna start off with some mixed greens that I have just around in my garden. I've got some boxwood, what else do I have? Some holly. I've got some euonymus. I've got lots of stuff. So let's get started. So I'm all done greening the piece up. I usually like to use a lot of different foliages for texture. I even added in some of my PG hydrangea that's not even bloomed yet, just for height and for more texture. The green up, I always say, is like the most important part of your design, just because it's the foundation, it sets a tone, it also creates your outline for things, and it's just that extra little piece of, I guess, part of the story. So when I start, I usually like to use my larger flowers first and my lime flowers. So that way it kind of starts to build up from that. I use that as layering on top of one another. So the lime flowers that I have are some of my snapdragon that we saw earlier. And I also dried some very pretty peppergrass from the spring. So it's nice because it's a little longer than all my flowers, so that way I can break that line a little bit and give it a little bit more interest. And then I'm including something that I grew in my garden along with Anne's pretty flowers. I had some of these like double or triple, I'm not exactly sure what the name of the lily is, but I got the bulbs at the flower show this year. Aren't they pretty? So pretty. So I'm gonna add these in too. I'm not usually a lily fan, but this is just so interesting. So I'm gonna start off, I usually like to cluster my flowers together in groupings to kind of give it a little bit more of a garden kind of a look. So I'm gonna start off with my snapdragon, my sunflowers, my lilies, maybe some of my larger zinnias, just to kind of start layering in on top of one another. So let's get started. So for this piece, I'm definitely going to have like a front and a back too. So I want to keep in mind, it's kind of more like a compote design where things are kind of like flowing out of it. So I'm going to put in my snapdragon. I'm going to put 2 on one side, 1 on the other, just to kind of break them up a little bit. And when I'm putting them in the arrangement, I'm also kind of doing that twisting motion as well. Always taking a look back of it too, just so that you don't miss anything. And my favorite, the sunflower. I can't wait till my sunflowers start popping up in the garden. They're so pretty. So I usually kind of place it with my hand where I'm going to put it. That way I kind of know where to cut first and where I'm going to put it in the vessel as well. I cut on an angle. I like the sunflower leaves, so I try to keep them on too. And I have it kind of like spilling out of the piece too. So it's kind of breaking that line, creating a little bit more interest on the design. And I also put in some of these trailing succulents from my garden, just so that it kind of gave a little interest coming out of the container. All right, so I'm gonna go fast now, so you don't get bored with me. Finally done, and I think it came out really awesome. Maybe one of my favorite ones I've done all quarantine, but it's also featuring some of the prettiest flowers, and summertime has the best flowers, especially in our area, so it's so nice to have some of Anne's flowers in here, some from my garden, some of my dried flowers, lots of textures, and all of the layering really gave so much dimension to the design too. I love this pretty container that it's in. I can't wait to take some pictures of it. I'm gonna give it to my mom because she deserves it, and I'm just happy. So have a great day. Thank you so much for watching.